Okay. So, balita ako magkaaway daw ng mortal ang dinosaurs tsaka vampires as per the lore. Cheese Max! Ayun nga. Yep. Welcome. Episode 1. That's me, Lucipops. Bolus Club PA. Let's go. There we go. So, welcome guys. Welcome. This is going to be my first episode in regards of budget builds. And, well, this may not be perfect, but I have to start somewhere. I'm going to have to learn from it. But to tell you a short story, again, welcome. I got inspired from the podcast episode that we did about asking if I am the A. And there's actually a letter sender there, or one of the people gave us a story about dinosaurs. And actually, I'm just going to put the link in the description below, or put that thing where you click the box if I figure out how that works. Pero na-inspire ako sa kanya kasi meron siyang sinabing dalawang bagay. Dalawa. Number 1, laging napagtitripan yung dinosaur player. There was a part where naging na sa kanila na unahin lagi ang dinosaur player. I still feel that's bad, but gaganti tayo, gagawa tayong dinosaur deck. Rawr! And number 2 that inspired me is that magkaaway daw ang dinosaur and vampires. Then naisip ko meron ako nung card na yun. So, hey, might as well do it. Make a deck with our commander right now, which is Ghalta and Mavren. So, it's a 7 to cast body, 3 generic, 2 green, 2 white, and it's a legendary creature, dinosaur vampire. Yep, dinosaur vampire. So, yeah. Anyways, trample. It says trample. And it's got 2 abilities whenever you attack. We're not going to concentrate on the first one. We don't care about that. It's not like 1 out of 100 times you'll be able to use that. But we are going to concentrate mostly on the second ability. And it reads, create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. It's a token deck, right? And it's on a 12/12 body. This is going to hurt people. Dinosaur vampire. Now, at the time when I was making this deck, just a heads up, it ended up to 29.23. Actually, it went up kasi dapat may Cathar's Crusade pa to. It should be less than $30, whatever happens. I'm trying kasi ang hirap ng draw a card sa Silencia, which is green and white, by the way. But this is 29.23 on mid, TCG. And so, yeah. Now, since we're looking at this list, again, I'll be putting the list of those cards on the description below as well. It's through Moxfield. But let's start talking about how we can get those cards in our hands. Because, as I mentioned, ang hirap ng draw a card sa Silencia budget. So, na hindi +1/+1 counters ha. So yeah, let's get into the draw. Okay. Now, as far as drawing cards are concerned, they are all made out of this. Audience Withdraw Stanny. It creates a plant token and allows you to draw cards equal to the number of different tokens you have. And then we have Camaraderie, right? 6 to cast. You gain X life. Can sustain you. Draw X card, where X would always be equal to the number of creatures you control. Plus, it buffs your creatures +1/+1. Nakakatulong siya minsan. Then we get Phineas, Ace Archer. You can actually build a deck on its own with Phineas, Ace Archer. But hey, for now, draw a card ka muna dyan. And semi-kinda Cathar's Crusade. So, 2 to cast 2/2. Whenever Ace Archer attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. Right? That's a token. Dapat hindi ako nag-post doon. Or a rabbit. Then, if the creature you control have total power 10 or greater, draw a card. So, kami 5 kang token. Nag+1/+1 sila. Kasama pala si Phineas. Sa 4 na token, tsaka siya, draw a card ka na. For sure. Then we get Harmonize. Basic draw 3 cards for green. Idol of Oblivion, because you'll be making tokens a lot. Tap it, draw a card. That's it. Hindi mo magagamit second ability nito. Pag nagamit mo, I will clap my hands. Congratulations. We got Mentor of the Meek. Every time something enters, that's 2 or less power. Pay 1 for it. You draw a card. So if you got mana to spare, go out and token, pay for 1 each. You draw cards. Overwhelming Instinct allows you to draw a card pag tatlo pataas ang uma-attack. Rite of Harmony, this is very important. You cast this, you cast those token makers. So, pag bumaba yung multiple token makers mo per turn, tas binaba mo to, you'll draw a card for each token and or creatures that you casted this turn. Plus, you can flashback it, right? Parang yung masalimuot mong nakaraan. Anyways, then we got Rumor Gatherer. 3 to cast, 2-1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, up, boso muna pag isa. Pag dalawang pumasok this turn, draw mo na yan. Huwag mo nang bosohan. Then we got Runic Armasaur. I like the name. It's like the dinosaurs. Anyways, whenever an opponent activates an ability of a creature or a land that it's not mana ability, you may draw a card. Madalas mangyayari to at very least once per turn cycle, because you're sitting in a 4-man pod, usually. Then we got Shamanic Revelation. Tocasia's Welcome is one of the most expensive cards here, actually, because wala talaga ibang draw pag di mo nilagay ito. Allows you to draw a card pag may bumaba na mana value 3 or less, which are tokens. Tokens, by the way, are 0 to cast. You draw a card once per turn. Then we got Welcoming Vampire. Almost the same, but this time it measures powers 2 or less. Pag may pumasok, draw a card. It's also a body that can attack in a later time. So, but yeah, that's basically how you draw all of that, right? Practically simple, but that's the best that we can do on a budget. So, how do you win this thing? So, nakuha mo na lahat ng cards mo. Paano ka mananalo? Ano bang game plan ng deck na to? Let's get into that. Okay, so the game plan is rather simple. I'm going to show you cards. Now, number 1, you are going to have to start creating tokens like these. Yeah, Sapling Migration. Sometimes you pay for 2, create 2. Sapling, sometimes you pay for 6 and create 4. Yeah, it happens. Then Resolute Enforcement, there goes. So Flash. Remember you draw a card natin once per turn. We can do this on an opponent's turn, so you can draw a card for it still. That works. And this is Raise the Alarm. It's instant. Same concept. March of the Canonized. So this is an enchantment that creates depending on the X that you paid. 2 white, and then your X. An X. And sometimes it creates a 4/3 white and black vampire demon crouching token with flying. Sometimes. But yeah, sometimes. And then we get Join the Dance, 2 to cast to create 2 humans. And then you can flash it back kapag wala ka naman pagkakayaksa ng mana mo. Then we got Invasion Reinforcements. Another flash. And the only thing that you can use with Hakoda, Selfless Commander na makas dun sa top ng library. Help me guys. Maybe baka may maisip ka ibang warrior ally. And then we got Honored Knight Captain. It creates another token. Hindi niyo magagamit yung second ability kasi walang equipment dito na magagamit. That synergizes with the cards here in this deck. So, yeah. Then we got Hero Bladeholder. This is important. For 4 to cast, 3/4, it creates tokens too, actually, when you attack. Aside from that, it becomes an anthem because of Battle Cry. Boo-hoo. Right, +1/+0, more damage by the token. So, pagkasama siya ni Mavren, it will deal so much damage. Yeah, we got Imara, Soul of the Accord. So whenever you tap Imara, Soul of the Accord becomes tapped. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. Then we get the Decree of Justice. Usually you're just going to cycle it so you can draw, pay X, and create 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. It's very seldom that you're going to make this to use this to make angels, because if you do that successfully, you'll be the target of the board. There we got Klachan Festival. So it's an enchantment that actually allows you to make 2 tokens, but Mana sink. Pag may sobra kang mana, wala kang magawa because of all the ramp, just make tokens, man. That's it. Super easy. And the lieutenant of our deck, the Avenger of Zendikar. So, when this comes down, please don't use this at an early turn. Huwag kayong magmadali. On a later time, kapag meron ka na nung the next portion na pag-uusapan natin on how you win. So, but that's the idea. You drop these tokens. Imagine if you drop this, you get like seven lands. You get 7 tokens, and then if you drop another land, all those plants would have a +1/+1 counter. But this is the lieutenant of the deck. They basically do the same thing because they trigger these things right here, the finishers of the deck. Behold, nope. There we go. Valor and Acro. So. The idea is that whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So imagine dropping an Avenger of Zendikar plus all the other creatures that you have. Say, for example, you got 7 plants that came in, or 7 vampire tokens from Ghalta. You attack. All your creatures would automatically get +7/+7 if they are attacking. That's going to be enough to wipe one player out. If they don't have an answer to this the next turn, Ghalta stays alive. They are so dead. Right? So, we got Valor of Acros, and then we got Kin Binding, almost the same, but X+X, kasi it makes tokens at the start of combat. But it's like an anthem depending on the number of creatures that came in under your control this turn. So, again, Avenger Zendikar or Ghalta. You imagine the numbers, right? And then we got Gold Knight Commander. Good Night Commander. Gold Knight Commander is still the same as the other one, and this is an attacking body as well. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Then we got things like Champions of Beyond. So if you got 8 of those little critters that attack, you get +4/+4. Sometimes if you add with 4 or more, you also get Scry 2, then draw a card. Additional draw card. So you pay for the X, get more tokens. Can also work like Avenger of Zendikar in case the Gold Knight Commander, Valor of Acros, or Kin Binding is out. As I mentioned, Cathar's Crusade works perfectly great in this deck because a counter shine doesn't end, but that's not part of our budget. Now, just in case it doesn't work, we have cards like Overrun, right? And then the Starlight Spectacular. So, how this card works, right? Parade. So at the beginning of combat of your turn, choose creatures you control 1 at a time until each creature you control has been chosen. So the idea is that pipila sila. First creature gets 0/0, second creature gets +1/+1, third gets +2/+2, fourth gets you get the drill, right? Right. So sa dami ng to, unahin mo 0/0 si Ghalta, yung mga malalaki bigyan mo lang ng konti. Up until the 1/1 counters, this could easily kill the board if left unchecked. Seryoso. And just in case it doesn't work, Overrun. Now you also have to accept the idea that this also works with the win con, right? You make tokens. All the creatures died, you got no blockers. Tokens pop in, 1/1. You attack. Wipe the board. Super easy, right? Right? It's not hard. Okay, so now that we've talked about our win condition, now we're going to have to interact with 3 other people on the board. So let's talk about interaction. So interaction is pretty simple on this end. It's divided into three things. Number 1, basic interaction like Banishing Slash and Reclamation Sage. Okay, it does one thing. So they're both bodies. Okay, so Banishing Slash makes a token. This is a body, but their only primary job is to destroy that one other thing aside from board wipes that would stop you from winning the game. Propaganda and Ghostly Prison, or sometimes Rhystic Study. But yeah, that's what that's for. Right? Yes. Okay, so that's their job. So the next side of the interaction section would be our Izuri's Predation. You've seen this already. This is considered a pseudo board wipe. It clears the board of small creatures, makes a token, it pops our win con, and next turn would be the end for everyone. Fine. Then we got another board wipe that produces tokens, Martial Coup. Pay 2, then X. So make sure that X is 5 or more. Normally, the board wipes are cast later in the game when you got 7 or more lands. So it's definitely going to give you tokens once you wipe everyone's board up. There you go. So that's 2 out of 3 of the interaction section. But what's important is what we actually call our protection piece. Now, protection pieces. When we say protection, remember, bago maksyon, protection. So, we're talking about Selfless Spirit, right? So this is a body as well. If it's not necessary, you don't have to sacrifice it. But if you sacrifice this, the creatures you control get indestructible until end of turn. King Darian is the same, but for tokens only. It gains hexproof and indestructible. It also is an anthem for other creatures, including your commander and non-token creatures, and you can make counters on its own while making King Darian big, right? And then we got Dauntless Escort. So it's a good body for an escort, but you have to sacrifice this body so that your creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. Anok, Strike Leader. So aside from the idea that this makes tokens as well when you attack, it can also sacrifice this to create to make creature tokens you control get indestructible until end of turn. And then we got the new card, Adept Water Shaper. You attack it on your turn, make sure they're tapped. So when they board wipe, this is the only guy who dies, right? Now, one weird thing that I included here would be Hakoda, Selfless Commander. Now, if you remember, one of our token makers are allies, so you can cast that one ally from the top of your library, just in case. And then it's got Vigilance. You may look at the top card of your library at the time, so you can plan ahead. But the important part here for the protection piece is that creatures you control get 0/5 and indestructible until end of turn. Now, you're gonna wonder para saan yung 0/5. Isa lang ang sagot dyan. Toxic Deluge. And other -1/-1 stuff from Lorwyn Eclipse. But you get it, right? Right. So, okay. So, now we've talked about protection. We always talk about protection. Let's talk about how we're going to get our commander out. Let's start with the lands. Lands is very easy. Okay, so since we're talking about lands, it's very simple. We got lands, the basic lands that we use for budget. Ash Barrens, Brushland, Canopy Vista, which is a forest and plains. This is important in a bit, I'll explain. But it's gotta be Canopy Vista, basic command tower, Evolving Wilds. We got 15 forest, fortified village with vitamins. And then we got Colony Garden, a land that actually produces tokens as well. 10 plains, Scattered Groves, which is a forest plains, and you can cycle it when you're overclunked with lands in your hand. Sungrass Prairie, Filterland, Sumpel Grove, Temple of Plenty, early game Scry, so that you can plan ahead, and then Thermomorphic Expanse. Now, parts of this, Thermomorphic Expanse, Ash Barrens and Brushland, Ash Barrens and Evolving Wilds allow your deck to be less clunky because you're taking lands from the deck. Very important. But it's practically it. It's a very simple set for lands. Not a problem. So now let's talk about the ramp package. Okay, so we're talking about ramp. So ramp is simple. Actually, so the idea is just I took a bunch of 2 to cast cards that actually allows you to produce mana or green-white at least. And bunch of the basic 1 to cast, right? It's a combination. So in total, there's the 21 ramp package. It's a rather large amount of ramp, but it's necessary because your commander is 7 to cast. And sana mapakita ko sa inyo later sa gameplay. It's fun. This is a fun deck, really. But ramp is as follows. You got Arbor Elf, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Bugenhagen, Wise Elder. Sometimes allows you to draw. Sheller Initiate, Elvish Mystic, and then Farhaven Elf. It says here you may search yourself a basic land. This is a body that actually makes your deck less clunky. It is important. So is Farseek. Alright? Now, search your library for a Plains, Island, Swamp, or Mountain card. Remember the lands a while ago? This is a Plains. Right? And this is all... Oh, that's not it. This is also a Plains. So you can get it using that. Farseek. Okay, so Finder Elves. Then we got a Gene Pollinator. Okay, so it says here, tap and untap permanent you control, add 1 mana of any color. We're using this dahil wala tayong pambili ng Birds of Paradise or Delighted Halfling. Plus, you get the benefit of tapping her. Tapping Amara, Soul of the Accord. Who would not want to tap Amara? I would want to tap Amara all the time. So, there we go. Tap, 1-1, tap, 1-1, tap, 1-1. Always tap her. But remember. Anyways, so going back. Gene Pollinator, Gilded Goose, a one-time, very cheap. Birds of Paradise. And again, we got Hard Bristle Bandit. Whenever we use our interactions, at least, pwede natin siya tap. Yeah, same thing too to cast any mana of any color. Land or Elves. Paradise Druid, at least, cannot be a target while it has Summoning Sickness. Then we go Rampant Growth. Just basics. Then we got Steve. Steve's here. Hi, Steve. It's always going to be in any green deck, I think, at least. Then we got Spring Plume Druid. And same concept. It's Harrow on a body. So, allows you to attack later and get lands out of your deck. Very helpful. And what's better than 1 mana dork? 2 mana dorks, of course. So, Tender Wild Guide allows you to offspring. It's basically a copy of one in the other. And you're not going to use the second ability, that's for sure. So, first turn, early turns, you use the cast. On later turn, you can cast double. So, yeah, more tokens, more fun. And then we have 3/3 Root Weaver. Again, 2 to cast, add 1 mana of any color. And then Wood Elves that can grab a forest card, which is Charan. There we go. This is a forest. And this is a plain, or a forest as well. Right? That's how we're going to do it. Again, the reason why we're using Mana Dork is because they can attack later when Ghalta comes into play. Those are the things that you have to consider. So, that's basically it. So, now let's talk about how we're going to use the deck. Goldfish time. Okay, so we are going to goldfish right now. So rules are I'm going to mulligan. I'm going to reduce the cards in my hand if in any way, shape, or form works. So this is my starting hand. Let's see if this actually works for me. There we go. So we got 3 lands, a draw card, a token maker, but no ramp. Should we take it? You know what? Yeah, well, no, yeah, okay. We'll take it. Okay, so since we are going to take it, we are going to start the turn 1. Draw a card, drop the land, and since we don't have anything, we're going to put that, simply tapped, and then we're done. Go for the next turn. So this time we put our planes, tap that. It's too bad we don't have any ramp. I am going to make sure this goes down first because tokens are important, and I like tapping her. Draw a card. There we go. So this time we put it here. I'm going to cast 2. Put the Idol of Oblivion down. You're going to wonder why. Got an attack. So to someone who's got no defenses, we are going to make a token. White Soldier. Where is that? There we go. 1 White Soldier coming up. Oh, does it have lifelink? Oh, it's got lifelink. Okay, cool. There we go. Token. And then we're going to tap this to draw a card. There we go. Then we're done for turn 3. Turn 4. At least we have not missed a land drop. This time we're going to try and see, because it's not gonna work yet. So we're gonna try to ramp. I'm gonna put that in here. Interesting. Yeah, I should have done the ramp the first time. So that was a mistake I did. But no worries. We're still fine. We're still fine. So I am going to cast this here. We're still in the fourth turn anyways. Putting the vampire, tapping. And who's defenseless, whatever. And then a tap. So we got more tokens right here. She got tapped. I draw a card. It came in. I'll draw a card again. And then we're done for the turn. Now, okay. We don't have a land, so we're going to try and see what we can do. We're going to cast Bugenhagen. I hope something fruitful comes out here. It's going to trigger this. Draw a card. Okay, and then we're going to 1, 2, 3. We're going to cast this. There we go. We're going to get the library. Our what do we get? Planes. Oh wait. Yep. Battlefield tapped. Close and shuffle. And we're going to attack. A token would be produced. There's one more of these tokens. Then we tap this and then draw a card. Well, we did not get a land to drop this turn. And then we go for turn 6. Turn 6. There we go. I like that. I like what I'm saying. Turn 6. What we're going to do is this. We're going to put these down. These down. Selfless Spirit. Because this is protection. This is what I was talking about a while ago. And then we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Because of the Selfless Spirit, I'm going to draw a card from the Welcoming Vampire. And then I tap for 4. I'm going to put this down here. Okay. I'm going to put this down here. Now we insert this. We try to attack. So we can make a token. One more. And then we draw a card. And that's the end of the turn. So this is not turn 7. As I mentioned, this normally works on turn 7. See if they did not in any way destroy this shape or form. We go to our next turn. Here is how it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Oh yeah. Okay. So, sample group unless you control a forest, which I control a forest. So drop land for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to tap this right here. Tap, tap, tap. Going to put our commander out. Now watch what happens. Watch what happens. So we got how many bodies in here? I'm going to attack. 1, 2. Tap all 4. Tap. Okay, so these are the attacking creatures. So we got 4, right? Ah, boy. There you go. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Amara's ability would kick in, so another token would show up. But it's not tapped and attacking, so it's going to be untapped right there. Now, since Ghalta is in play, what's going to happen is... And then you attack. Let's count this first. So, Soldier will get card from Welcoming Vampire. I'm tapping this. Draw, draw. Now, I did attack... let's include these guys as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 creatures are attacking. So Ghalta, since they are here, is going to create a vampire token. Right? A vampire token with lifelink. Right? 8 of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So 8 of it. Since these creatures just came in, this will pop. All the creatures that attacked gets +1/+1 each creature. So 8. This is 9, 9, 10, 10, 10, 11. You get the drift, right? Then 11. This is what happens. So at this point, it's for sure. If you attacked with all of this, you are going to take a player down. Now, just in case they plan something weird, watch this, okay? You're going to try to board wipe. You're going to sacrifice the Selfless Spirit. And then you go to your next turn. what's going to happen with 7 lands? Make it 8 drop land for turn. Put Bugenhagen there. Remember, one person already died. You tap all the lands. 7. You cast the Avenger of Zendikar. It's going to make plants. Now, these tokens had summoning sickness a while ago. You can set them aside now, and they can attack. Right? Attack. Attack, 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 attack. Attack, attack, attack. Just for the Avenger of Zendikar alone, you already have +7/+7. Now for each attacking creature, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You draw a card each. 1, 2. Then it creates 17 tokens more. So 7+7, 20. Oh my god. That's basically +24, 24 each. Eliminating the table in turn 8. Right? Once you pop off. But that is the idea. So at least you got the idea now. That's it. That's it. But this is gold fishing. Something else can happen. So there we go. This is my budget build for Ghalta and Mavren. Again, I am thankful for you people for giving me the inspiration to make this deck. And I hope I get to make more decks for you. Please give me a chance. I'll be posting this from time to time. If you have any other commanders that you'd like me to make for you, at least a list, I'd be more than happy to spend time with it. Just don't expect it immediately. But thank you. Thank you. Anyways, ayun na nga. So, eto na yan. Eto na yung deck ko. Maraming salamat sa inyo. So, please follow Bolos Club PH. Pag may gusto kayo, lagay nyo sa comment section. Tapos, yeah, that's it. And ngayon ko lang na-realize because recording ito na walang hinto, wala pala akong ending outro, no? Well, next recording then. Next recording. So, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. You have a great day. Lucipops out.